Hello, and welcome to Mad in the Kitchen Live. I'm Marisa, and all of you are in the right spot. Our show is about to get underway. We have the countdown clock over here, about 2 minutes. And I thought I'd just hop on here and, make the countdown timer a little bit more entertaining. So hopefully I succeed in that. Anyways, I am so excited for this week's episode. I've been looking forward to this one because we are being taught how to make lobster grilled cheese with everything sauce by Chef Andrew Gruel. So it's kind of funny because I actually never tried lobster until way later on in my young life at 23. But I'm a Seattle girl, born and raised, and we just don't have lobster out here. We have Dungeness crab. My mom, growing up in Seattle as well, she had never tried lobster either. And my dad over here, coming in from New England boy, he's born and raised in Boston, he was like, "What are you guys doing? You have to try lobster." So he, showed us how to cut it and get the tail meat out and everything. And it's a strategy, to be honest with you. So he showed us his East Coast skills, and it was a lot of fun. So my mom was a little bit skeptical, but, it was all good. I love lobster now. So just a side note before we get started. This show is not intended for children, although there's nothing inherently or intentionally offensive. Madeline worked in late night television, and our show definitely does have a late night vibe. So with that said, please enjoy the show.
From Seattle, Washington, it's Mad in the Kitchen Live with me, Madeline Smithberg. Tonight, Chef Andrew Gruel, founder and executive chef of SLAPFISH seafood restaurants, teaches us to make lobster grilled cheese with everything sauce. So grab your lobster meat, your mascarpone cheese, and your pickle juice, and let's cook together. Hi, Chef Andrew Gruel. Hello, and welcome to Mad in the Kitchen Live. I'm very excited about tonight's show. Chef Andrew Gruel, the owner and executive chef of SLAPFISH Seafood, an amazing chain of sustainable seafood restaurants. He started in Southern California, but now they're encroaching on the whole country, and I think there's one in London. Congratulations to you. He also has a pizza restaurant and a chicken restaurant. This guy is like a food entrepreneur. He's also incredibly creative. I met Andrew on Twitter, where all great relationships begin, because, Andrew, your Twitter feed is basically like porn. I mean, it just drew me in, and when I heard I was doing the show, you were the first person that I reached out to, and when you said yes, I actually was like, I think I need a Q-tip, because Chef Andrew Gruel just said that he would cook with me. So tonight we're making one of his signature dishes. It's lobster grilled cheese with an everything sauce. So here we go. Hello, Chef Gruel. How are ya?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm so pumped to be on, to be chatting with you, and most importantly, to take our relationship from Twitter to something much bigger.
This feels, yeah. Now, we've taken it essentially to Zoom, which is all any of us have right now. Other than going to Trader Joe's and having them ask me how my day is going, this is kind of all the human interaction any of us have had for the past 14 months. But this is a really fun way to do it, because we're actually cooking together and other people are cooking along, and it's a really sort of special, really 2021 type food experience, and I feel like I'm on the bleeding edge of something. So we've got all our ingredients ready, and we're going to be cooking. We've got our lobster meat. We've got a cucumber, a tomato, some mascarpone cheese, which is Italy's answer to cream cheese and whipped cream combined. We have an onion, which we're going to caramelize. We have some butter, a lemon, aged white cheddar, because what doesn't taste good with aged white cheddar melted all over it? And then we have some beautiful sandwich bread. I myself have a brioche, which I'm very excited about because I think it's going to do a great job. As always, the full recipe will be on my website, madinthekitchen.com, and in the description of this video on my YouTube channel. Marisa is here, as she always is, and she's going to keep things interesting, as if they're not interesting enough already. It's like being on a date with me and Andrew. But hi, Marisa.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I have a story for you all this week. I like to try all of the recipes that we do here at Man in the Kitchen Live because they're all amazing. So I'm like, I have to try that. So a couple days ago, I went to the store, got a live lobster, was ready to cook this recipe, and I could not bring myself to cook the lobster. It was live, and I was like, no. So guess who has a new pet lobster? And his name's Zippy. So he's in a tank at my parents' house with some real Mukilteo water. So
we'll see if that works.
But with that said, as always, I will be chatting with you all in the comments as Man in the Kitchen and our home chefs this evening. First, we have Jen in Woodinville. Jen blew us away last week with her finished product, doing the keto stuffed flank steak with brie, and she is back again for more. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Marisa. Hi, Madeline.
Hi, Jen.
Oh my God, there's the photo, Jen. That finished
Take that
product
down.
is
It just
amazing.
causes me shame. Hey, Jen, how's your dishwasher?
Oh, Madeline, rest in peace to my dishwasher. It didn't make it. It can't be resurrected. It can't be rescued. So,
Andrew, literally last week in the middle of the show, Jen's dishwasher exploded. But it's what you want in a live show.
And
I love exploded dishwasher parts.
Oh, yeah, it's great. It's a great time. We also have Dave in Michigan, and he's also back cooking with us again, probably because he loves Madeline. I think he mentioned that a couple times.
I do love Madeline. Dearly. I'm so honored to be here.
We also have Dan in
Yes,
Pennsylvania, and he is back again, too. He took a little break after the Dutch baby experience.
Hey, can you
2 weeks
kill
ago.
your cutting in my head?
But Madeline, Dan's daughter drew this photo of you. You can see it. And her name is Madeline as well.
Oh, my God. Nice work, Madeline. That's so
I know,
cool.
right? I
know. I heard she makes... I'm really impressed. Although I hope I don't really look like that because it looks a little like a man. But people do say that about me, which I love every time they say it. And I heard that Maddie or Madeline, and I was Maddie too, makes a mean pizza dough.
Yeah, all the pizza right here. She makes, it's just amazing. I've never had anything like it. So fresh.
Aw, all the Madelines are just the coolest. You have to go with that. So everybody say hello to Andrew Gruel. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, everybody.
And
Well, thanks for trusting me.
yeah. This is just all about living on holding on by the seat of your pants at all moments. And I love live. Because you have it's like flying in a broken plane without a parachute, and I just think it's so much fun. You feel really alive, and my whole goal is to not get burnt or cut. And if I achieve that, I feel like it's been a good show. So everybody, are you ready? Let's get cooking. Andrew, take it over.
All right, here we go. And I have to mention as well that my wife, Lauren, my beautiful wife, Lauren, is behind one of the cameras here too. So just want to throw that in there. What we're going to do, we're going to start off here. Okay, we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees under baked convection oven. It doesn't matter. Just throw it on 400 degrees. And I'm working my way around. I'm actually in Texas right now. This is an Airbnb I'm in, so I'm going to be learning this kitchen through this live. Thus the broken.
I think that's going to be so much fun to watch, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably remove knobs. I've counted on not getting the security deposit back.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for that. That's your investment in my startup.
Bingo. All right, so I've got the oven going right now, 400 degrees. Okay. Now you might think to yourself, a grilled cheese. How is this really complicated? Well, through the steps of this grilled cheese, you're going to recognize that. I mean, this takes molecular gastronomy to a whole new level. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off just slicing and caramelizing some onions. So everybody's got an onion or something that looks like an onion. All right, great. Here we go. Lauren, if you want to come on in here, just got a white onion, right? Going to give this a slice through along with everybody else. So this would be the part
where... you want it pretty thin, right? We want them pretty thin, the slices.
Yeah. You can, I mean, technically they call this a julienne. Those French chefs do, roughly 1/4 inch thick. But honestly, it doesn't matter. You can cut this. No. And look, if I'm just going to throw it out there, if there's a time to cut your finger, now's the time to do it. Okay.
Yeah, this is the perfect opportunity. I'm not going to take you up on that, but I do see how you connected those two things.
Yeah, bingo.
Look at Andrew's knife skills. I'm always in awe. It's so impressive.
And these are fake fingers, so keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yours the first year. All right. Now we go to the stove, right? We're going to use butter to caramelize it.
Yeah, we're going to use a little bit of butter. And look, if you don't want to use the butter, feel free to throw in some grapes. I love cooking with grapeseed oil. I actually brought this with me on the plane. Grapeseed oil's got an incredibly high smoking point, and it's also relatively healthy, so it's a great oil to cook with. But we're going to go butter on this one, so I'm just going to throw a little dollop in here. Now, I know we have a recipe associated with this sandwich, but I want to mention that all of my recipes effectively are nothing more than just a guide, right? It's a framework through which you can kind of add any of your own ingredients, favorite ingredients. So Zippy didn't make it into your sandwich, but Zippy can now live a happy life, and you can replace Zippy with any other ingredient in this sandwich. So you see, this is all about improvisation. So if I'm not throwing specific amounts out there, obviously, reference the recipe or just make something up. That's really what cooking is, right?
I agree. I so agree with you on this. Like, people get so anal, can we say that word on a PG-13 show, about recipes. And I've never used a recipe in my entire cooking career. Like, I read them like porn, and then I just throw them away and I wing it. I'll look up like temperatures or, sort of certain things that you need to know. But I just let the food kind of guide me and say to me, Madeline, I think you want a little more pickle juice in there. And then it works really great.
You've brought up the pickle juice a couple times, so I'm excited when we get to that part because I might even take a shot myself.
Oh, I'll take a shot with you. Can I put vodka in it, though?
Yeah, 100. You can put vodka, Everclear, anything you want. I might even put in a little bit of Drano in mine.
Drano?
So while these onions are caramelizing, right, you can do this over, kind of like a medium-high heat. I had a cast iron going here. The idea behind this, of course, is that all we want to do is just let a little bit of these sugars come out and, just start really softening these onions until they get to a translucent state. We're not going to fully caramelize these. Now, keep in mind, too, I cooked some hot dogs in this pan before, so that's why my onions are caramelizing quicker because they're picking up the hot dog love.
Yum, I love hot dog love.
HDL, hot dog love.
Hashtag HDL. It's a thing.
Bingo.
Now, so can you add, how do you feel about adding a little tiny bit of brown sugar?
That is a way look, it's cheating a little bit, but it's also accelerating the process by which the onions caramelize, so that works. And that's ultimately what you want to do. Do it.
I'm going for it. You know what? You only live once. And if I had denied myself this experience, I would be very regretful on my deathbed. I should have put in the brown sugar. Now, what about salt and pepper? Are you going to put salt and pepper
Yep.
in your onions?
Yeah, so you definitely want to add salt to this process as well, because when you're caramelizing onions, right, you're actually you're removing the moisture from the onions is the first step, and the salt is going to accelerate that process as well. So you want to salt this in here, and I got a little over on the side, and then you're just that salt is important as well. I do not throw pepper in just because I'm not a huge fan of cooking with pepper. I got to be honest with you. I finished with pepper.
Wait, I've been busted. I just put pepper in. Am I fired?
No. Just one demerit.
Okay, that one demerit. So whoever is keeping score, I'm down one. I agree. I think pepper should be put on at the end.
Yeah, because what happens is it when you cook pepper, it can get bitter, actually. So, like, even meats, right? People add salt and pepper before they sear the meat, and then you get that kind of burnt flavor on the exterior. I always finish with pepper, because especially fresh pepper. So always grind your pepper fresh. You know, the pre-ground pepper, it oxidizes, and it's effectively, it mutes the flavor.
Yeah, non si fa. Non si fa.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
That's Italian for you don't do it. Like you don't put
I love it.
Parmesan cheese on shrimp. Non si fa.
All right, well, and in theory, right, non si fa would be the way in which we underscore this recipe, right? Cheese and seafood, non si fa, but we're going to non si fa this thing upside down.
Yeah, we're non si faing the crap out of it. We're also, I would like to point out for my Jewish relatives, this is not a kosher recipe, so just leave the lobster out and be jealous that you made choices that now are limiting your joy in your life.
All right, excellent. So where are we? So the onions are caramelizing.
Yeah.
Let's slice the
Dan,
cucumbers
what's
up.
going on down there? Dan's onions look pretty good.
Caramelizing some onions, and I'm ready to do whatever we do next.
You're ready for the next
Okay,
step.
excellent.
Andrew, look at Dave's stove. Aren't you a little bit jealous? I've seen pictures of his kitchen. He's there in Detroit, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. And Jen is like me. We have realistic, real people kitchens, but we go nuts in our real people kitchens.
Good times. Look, you know, all right, so we're on to the cucumbers?
Yeah, let's go. We're going to be slicing veggies now, people.
Yep, so we're going to slice the cucumber. I just peeled the sides a little bit to get rid of that waxy exterior. These are just basic select cucumbers. And I cut these once again into about 1/8 of an inch thick, 1/4 inch thick, nothing crazy. So give those cucumbers a slice down. Yeah, just a slice.
I have hothouse cucumbers, so I'm leaving the skin on. I see Dave is hard at work as his. Jen, we got cucumbers happening, people. I have really come to appreciate cucumbers a lot in my old age. Like, I just think they're so delicious. I love them with like a cream cheese and cucumber sandwich. And I'm not even British at all. Like, furthest thing from it. I enjoy them in my smoothies. And I think they smell good. There's something about the aroma of a cucumber that I just want to like kind of rub it, behind my neck.
I could. By the way, you have my wife in hysterics behind the camera. I just want to throw that out there.
That's good. I need an audience. This is like doing comedy in a vacuum. It's really tough. It's really tough. I miss the audience for my late night show that I don't have, but we're working on it.
That's why I started having so many kids, was because I realized I could recycle jokes and they'd keep laughing at them. There's a point where that whole stick is gonna implode. But
no, it totally will. And it's when college happens, you're gonna be pretty much screwed. But you have 4 children, and one was born during the pandemic. I remember when he was born. It was kind of like, here's a really delicious sandwich, and oh, by the way, I'm having a baby.
Yeah, exactly. And then when the doctor found it incredibly odd that I actually was in the room in which Lauren had the baby with 2 pieces of brioche, trying to catch the baby.
That's a little weird. You might have taken this sandwich thing a little too far. Okay, so now we're cutting tomatoes.
Yep. So we got the tomatoes. Let's give those a slice down. Thank you for reminding me. I was getting so into your jokes that I forgot I was cooking.
So that was really, Andrew, the first thing that other than the food porn aspect, which definitely drew me in, I was like, this guy is really funny. And I think I sent you a message and I said, we should do something together. And then you didn't answer. And then I felt like a fool. But then later on, you were like, sure. And I was like, oh my God, I think I just picked up a chef on Twitter. This is going to be awesome. And Jen, I picked up in the Burlap and Barrel Spice Forum on Facebook. So I'm like a really pathetic old lady, like in social media trawler. Marisa, what's going on?
So it's funny. You picked up Jen off the forum. She has a friend here tonight, Ada Reed, in the house, in the comments. And I asked everyone who, they thought would have the best finished product tonight. And she fully voted for Jen. And I think that's a great guess. And then Stacy Phillips says she just made cream cheese and cucumber sandwiches today. So it's kind of
what are the odds of that?
I know, how funny. But
so
I have a question. I'm stuck on Lobster now because of Zippy. He's my new best friend. So I want all of you home chefs. I'm looking at you, Dan, Dave, and Jen. I want you guys to guess, and Andrew, guess the largest lobster that's ever been caught. Ever. How many pounds did it weigh?
Come on, Dan, what do you
think? What's your guess?
500
How much
pounds.
does Zippy weigh?
How much did Zippy weigh? Zippy was 1.5 pounds.
33.
Dave, what do you
25
think?
pounds.
I think 33 pounds.
Well,
Okay.
I think 25.
Jen says 25. What about you, Dan?
he has no
300
idea.
pounds.
300 pounds. You got
Andrew,
big
do
lobster?
you have a guess? Largest lobster ever
45,
caught.
45.
He's pretty close.
51 pounds, and it was in
Whoa.
1926. This is the photo. It was crazy. So lobsters don't ever stop growing. So since that lobster was so huge, they're guessing it was over 100 years old.
Whoa.
But it ended up in a museum. Nobody ate it. I don't think you want to eat old meat. All right, so how's everybody's onions? We've done the tomatoes. Andrew, what's our next assignment?
All right, well, let's look. So the key to a really good grilled cheese, okay, I'm going to start with that. Not just the key, right? The only way to make a great grilled cheese is to toast both sides of the bread before you build the grilled cheese, right? Because if you think about it, one of the tastiest things about eating a grilled cheese is that buttery, toasted exterior. But then we leave the interior all dry and soggy. Why don't we double that flavor by toasting both sides? And in a sandwich like this that's got layers of meltingly tender goodness, let's also add structure by toasting both sides of the grilled cheese. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take pan here.
How many slices of bread are we working with here, Gruel?
Well, so the recipe is written for 2 people, right? So 4 slices of bread, 1 sandwich per person. I'm just going to go with 2 slices here to make 1. And I also have to let you know, in terms of improvisation, since I'm in Texas, I'm going to use Texas toast. I mean, it only seems right.
So there really wasn't a choice there.
Yeah.
That's so funny because I looked at Texas toast before I zeroed in on my brioche toast. But it's a local bakery here in Seattle called Franz, and I thought the brioche would be really good. That is very warm. Anyone who's keeping score, I've just burnt myself. Not badly, not Today Show badly. Andrew, I burnt my hands on the Today Show. It was so.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Who are you cooking with?
With Hoda and Jenna, and they said, we're late, we're running late, you got to go get your finished product. And I just reached into the oven, and it was a metal platter, and next thing you know. So I'm buttering both sides of the bread, essentially, is what I'm doing, right?
Yep, butter both sides of the bread, and then just throw it right there in the pan. While that bread is toasting, we're also then going to start. We're going to start working on our everything sauce.
On our everything sauce. I really like the name you came up with. It's very catchy. You don't leave anything out. I like a name that says what it is. It's everything.
Bingo.
And it's sauce, and it's everything sauce.
So
right,
we have a
so
signature
now-
sauce on our sandwich, on all of our sandwiches and dishes at SLAPFISH, and it's called the Awesome Sauce, right? And everybody's like, God, you're so arrogant. But I actually did a sauce naming contest when we were originally a food truck, and it was the customers who named it the Awesome Sauce. So I've just got to be totally honest there. I didn't come up with that.
You didn't come up with it, so it's not egotistical. I think it's just accurate.
Yeah.
It's just descriptive. So you basically started with a food truck, and now you have how many restaurants? 26?
We have, we have 27 SLAPFISH locations, and then we've got 3 other concepts, my wife and I.
Good for you guys. I just love, a success story. It's really awesome. And I think you're also very much into sustainability, which seems to be, the topic of the day, that if we don't start paying attention, we're not going to have, we're just going to have grilled cheese sandwiches in about, not 9 years.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just a quick backstory. So I'm a Jersey boy originally, and then I moved out to California only for a couple of years to start a nonprofit with the Aquarium of the Pacific, focusing on sustainable seafood. And I know it sounds weird, right? An aquarium trying to get people to eat more of the right types of seafood, but it works, I swear. Marine conservation is ultimately really, kind of the foundation.
So I was lucky enough to partner with a company called Marisa. What was it called?
It was called Long Live the Kings.
Long Live the Kings. And I got to catch the fish at Pike Place Market, and then took it into a restaurant in the market and made it. And it was actually sustainably farmed. It was red snapper. No, it was, what was it? Yeah. Trout. It was rainbow trout.
Yeah.
Which is not salmon, but it's salmon.
Out of all people, Andrew Gruel needs to go to Pike Place Fish Market. Like, that's I feel like he would feel very at home there.
But I think that people here...
I've been and I love it.
It's such a great place.
There you go.
Dave, what do you think of sustainable seafood?
I think if we don't do sustainable seafood, to your point, we may just be eating sand.
Right.
We cannot continue to kill the oceans, and we must preserve all creatures because they are so important to the ecosystem of our planet.
I know. But there's some really great work being done in the farming. Like Jen and Dan, if I said to you, I've got a farm-raised piece of fish, you would probably hold your nose and go, sure, I'm on my way over. But the truth is, if it's done intelligently and they keep the water moving, you can really raise that fish that we had, the steelhead, was so fatty so delicious. And she made it with fresh blackberries and honey. It was crazy.
That's good.
Great.
Well, it's important to mention too, interestingly, in a properly farmed environment, it's more efficient than the wild. So they talk about feed conversion ratio, right? Taking how much wild fish do you need to create a pound of farm fish? And now it's something along the lines of the feed conversion ratio is 0.75 to 1 in a farmed environment. And in the wild, it's about 2 to 1, right? So you need about 2 pounds to create one pound generally, or 3 pounds. So they've now been so advanced with the ways in which they can farm that you can provide this incredibly healthy protein to millions of people in a very economically friendly manner. It's now a matter of trying to figure out the framework of how we regulate.
Well, and it's going to be the economics. But to me, it sounds like a win-win situation. Dan, what do you think?
It's got to taste better too, right? I mean,
it was really good.
Yeah.
I have to make sure my bread's not burning. Jen, do you eat seafood? Jen is sort of vegan-y here.
Oh, I do eat seafood. When I was reading about vegan options for lobster, I thought heart of palm sounded really good, but I eat seafood actually a lot. I could stuff my face with sushi all day. It's delicious.
I know.
Crab cakes, definitely. Like Marisa said, I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest, so we don't get lobster as much.
Wait, Jen, I didn't think Jen was vegan-y because last week she said she likes her meat mooing. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a vegan.
Okay.
No, Jen.
I prefer
nor are
meat
you,
as raw as possible.
Nor are you predictable. I love that. You're not fitting easily into some little box and defining yourself by what you don't eat, which is what drives me crazy. when I was working as a chef. I was just like, could people just leave their food issues at home?
Yes.
All right, I'm putting more butter in my pan. Even though you didn't tell me to do it, Andrew, I feel the need for more butter in my pan.
I actually felt it as well, somewhere in my body.
Yeah, it was a calling. So I would say, everybody, Dan, Jen, Dave, let's put a little more butter in our pan, and let's keep moving. I took mine out, Andrew, because it was getting too toasty, but it looks almost perfect.
Now, here's a key, too. If you do this for a big group of people, you can pre-toast your bread and let it sit out for an hour or two, because when we add all these ingredients, all it's going to do is soak into it. I mean, it's like a more structured panzanella salad in that regard.
It's like a deconstructed panzanella salad without lettuce.
Well, a more constructed, right, if you think about it. So I'm going to use... I'm going to go and... I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen.
Why don't we say constructed?
Well, yeah, we could, or lift constructed.
Constructed.
So let's move on to the sauce while the bread is toasting.
Let's make our everything sauce.
Yeah, let's get crazy. So let's get to the point here, and the real point that we've been talking about is this pickle juice, and I'm excited to get into it. I'm excited to start pickling. So here we go. I'm turning my stove off because my bread's getting crazy on me. I love Clausen kosher dill spears. Now, what's so awesome about pickles now is people are really getting into pickles. So you're finding these local, more heritage style pop-up pickles in all of your local markets. So go ahead and use that. But the key here is the kosher dill. You need that pickle juice to cut through the richness of this everything sauce. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour my pickle juice into the bowl to start making this sauce. The amount that I poured in there,
pickle juice. Here you go. I need my pickles. Can you find the jar? Because I have to do a shot with him. No, that's a different one.
It's a little over a tablespoon. Yep. And then I'm going to go here too. We talked about, I'm just going to drink I'm going to drink the pickle juice right from the jar. Is everybody okay with that? Does anybody want to join me?
I think that's good. I'm going to join you. Can you pour a little in here? Ava's going to do it. She's pouring it in to my shot glass. And I would like to say to everybody, L'chaim, although the kosher people won't be eating, but let's everybody have a shot of pickle juice. 1, 2, 3, cheers. Okay, first of all, that is delicious.
Oh, man.
There we go. So I think we're good. We're done, right?
That's good. It's been great. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Dan. Oh my God.
All right, great.
Is so delicious.
So now that we're all a little toasty on pickle juice,
we're going to slice our pickles. Everybody ready to slice? You want them pretty small, right?
Yeah. You want them small just because, you don't want a big fat chunk of pickle in your sandwich, because then everybody's going to know that you're a pickle monster.
I don't see anything wrong with that, but that's fine. So a friend of mine, Julie, is a chef, and I told her that I love pickled green tomatoes, and so she made me literally 50 jars. And now I have a lot. If anyone ever needs pickled green tomatoes, hit me up, and I've got you. But they're really good.
I would love a jar, Madeline.
Okay, you got it. It's coming your way, Dan. Andrew, Dan seems to really like me.
Dave.
Of course I do.
Okay.
Dave doesn't.
But what did you say? You said something like that you're really enjoying doing this. This is your third week with us. Third week?
This is, yes, it is. It's second week, but going on 3. This is fantastic. As fun as fun can be.
So, and I'm glad that we all got to meet in this environment, drinking pickle juice together. So thank you.
I know, it's awesome. So now do I just pour in the other things like the tomato juice, the ketchup, the mayo?
Yeah, exactly. Tomato juice, ketchup, mayo. What else do we got here? Sriracha, chipotle.
Okay, I need to talk to you about the chipotle, because the only way I could find it was dried. Is that the correct way to have it?
This is what you want to do here. So you want the chipotle and adobo sauce. And what I like to do is, you know what you can do, right? So I did have a backup in case anyone wasn't able to find it. This Cholula with chipotle is a great substitute.
I believe I have something similar.
And Tabasco makes a great one as well.
Yeah, I'm doing Tabasco.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it. Wait. Everybody. Look what I have. I have Tabasco Chipotle. I've won the sauce lottery. I feel so good.
Awesome.
I know. How much am I?
I have Cholula Chipotle too.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful
This is
thing when everything
my
comes together.
Little Dijon mustard. We got some honey in there. It's all about flavors, right? So, if you notice with all these recipes, I'm trying to cover every aspect of the palate, right? Salty, sour, sweet, and bitter. So I threw a little honey in there. We got the bitterness. The bitterness actually comes from multiple ingredients here, but the acidity is key as well. And that's why you'll see lemons and pickle juice in here. But the one thing we want to do together is microplane the lemon. So when I said one lemon in this, I want to do the microplane on the exterior, right? To get that lemon zest.
Let's see if does everyone have their microplane or zester?
Yes.
It's time to zest. Here we go. Jen, you ready to zest? Dave, you ready to zest?
Absolutely.
Let's zest. I think, Andrew, that lemon zest is like the most underrated ingredient. For me, it changes. Like when I have a house in Italy and I worked for Italian TV, and when I make spaghetti alle vongole and I put a little of the lemon zest, it alters the entire recipe.
Doesn't it? I couldn't agree more. And that's when everyone asks me, right, it's the old cliche that every chef gets. What's a tip and a trick that professional chefs can tell, anyone else? And I always say lemon zest, or any zest for that matter, right?
Me too.
Always have a microplane.
Me too. Orange zest is fantastic as well. Lime zest, really good. But for me, it's really all about the lemon. And here's a little secret about me. I put honey, like a little bit, not like overpoweringly, P.F. Chang's like orange chicken sweet, but I use a little bit of either honey or maple syrup in almost everything I make. Just what you're doing. Like I feel so vindicated because I feel like what you are doing, and you're an actual chef, and I'm just a TV producer who's obsessed with food, and this is so gratifying to me because it proves you're validating my instincts, which is to hit them from all angles.
That's what I'm here for. It's
to validate.
Honey is honey is an underrated ingredient in general. People don't use enough honey in sauces and various recipes. So I'm a big pro honey guy. Now, when you said the maple syrup thing, I'm picturing the scene out of what was that movie with Will Ferrell? Elf, right? When he puts maple syrup all over the spaghetti.
Where he's drinking it. Yeah. But we just drank pickle juice. And it's really funny that you said Elf, and you'll see why later. At the end of the show, we have a little present coming, which actually involves Elf. I kind of want another shot of the pickle juice. That was so good.
Let's do it.
You know what's weird? It's weird. I was completely sober going into this, but after the pickle juice, I'm feeling a little, on cloud nine. So
be careful what you say. We're recording this. I think I would like to have a little more pickle juice.
I'm ready. Here.
All right.
I've got it right over here.
I'm filling mine up. Are you going to have a little more pickle juice? Jen's ready. Dave's ready. Dan's ready. Pickle juices.
I'm going to shoot it with some V8.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I do like the sound of it. I've been walking sideways for a while.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Is everyone drinking without me? 1, 2, 3. What do we say? What's like a cheers? Oh, I know.
Over the lips and through the gums. Watch out, gut.
Gums.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. Great. I'm going to go chin chin. Or as they say in Italian, double chin.
Pinky.
Yum. All right. Okay, everybody. Marisa. Dan.
It's funny. No, I was just going to say, I wish I was drinking pickle juice with you guys because I would always do that in college. And I lived with 5 roommates and they all thought that I was crazy for drinking pickle juice because it's good for you. And it's actually good. And they thought that I was crazy for it. So.
Well, this is the night of redemption, Chef Gruel.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew, you're pretty much my cooking instincts have been redeemed, and Marissa's pickle juice drinking. I think Dan, Jen, and Dave just feel redemption because this is as close to getting out of their house and having a party. Like, this is like a cooking party.
Exactly.
It's like the world's weirdest cooking party.
Starting to smell
and
like
Weird in a good way.
Weird in a good way.
Okay, so here's my
I
question.
like weird.
I love weird. I knew we were drawn to each other. This is my question and I'll ask it to you, Andrew. I'll ask it to Marissa, to Dan, to Jen, and Dave. But Andrew may not have anything because this is his sauce and he put everything in it. But if you guys were to add one more ingredient to the everything sauce, what would that ingredient be? And I need you to show me. Go get it. They're going to get their ingredients, Andrew. I'd make them do like scavenger hunts. Last week we brought out all our cheese. And everybody had a lot of cheese. The week before it was how much butter we had. Marissa's got one. I'm going to start just because it ties. I almost blew my surprise. And there's two surprises because there's still the elf surprise. But this is a local Vietnamese woman that makes incredible pickles. And her name is, it's Gu.
Oh, nice.
And I have a really good friend named Jamil Johnson, and he works in a communal cooking space. And she's at the next booth, and these are pickled. What are they? They're pickled mangoes, but raw mangoes. Oh. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of the juice of these, like Andrew, these are the best pickles I've ever had. It's pickled raw mango. Green mango.
I absolutely love green mango. Green mango salad is one of my favorite dishes. I think it's probably one of the most underrated dishes in the world.
I agree. And this woman just is there. It's like her and her sister, and everybody rents like a table, and they all share ovens and stoves. And there's like a pizza guy, and my friend Jamil Johnson is a Cajun cook and Creole. And he and I made jambalaya, and we did a thing called Mad Marchness, where he taught me how to make jambalaya, but we were together. And then we sort of couched it as a March Madness thing. And my son, Harry, did play-by-play as if it was a basketball game. Nice. It was so funny.
Love it.
And then it started raining, and my house band got drowned and all this stuff. So let's go. What are we going to next? I'm talking too much. Dan, let me see. What do you have? Dan has maple syrup.
I have chai maple syrup.
Chai maple syrup because we made it. Andrew, we made chai maple syrup with the pancakes with Amy Traverso, who's a really amazing chef from New England. And we made this chai maple syrup with cinnamon and ginger, right? And Dan is, Dan, nice. Dan, nice. Jen, what are you putting in to your everything sauce? Thank you.
I have this crazy awesome Worcester sauce that's from Kentucky, and it's bourbon barrel aged. And they do really
Jen, say no more. Excellent addition. Dave?
I have, I couldn't choose, so I brought two. I have one of my favorites, a serrano pepper, and another one of my favorites, a habanero. So I'm looking forward to the heat with this wonderful sauce.
You're putting both of those in?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go for it. Marissa, what do you have?
Well, I kind of cheated because I'm obviously not making the dish tonight. I wish I was. But in my family, we had Johnny's to everything. And it just like, even with like a blue cheese dressing, like it makes it taste like candy, literally.
Andrew, have you ever heard of Johnny's seasoning?
No, but now I'm going to find it.
Oh my God.
I am going to find it.
So good. We live by this.
You live by it. They wake up in the morning and they do lines of it. No, I'm kidding.
Is that the small size?
Of the Johnny's.
So we get the big jumbo size.
They put it on everything over there at the Mahoney house. All right. I think my everything sauce is everythinged. And I think we should assemble our sandwiches. Is everybody ready?
Beautiful, beautiful. So now, as I mentioned, right, we don't have to use lobster in here. I traveled with ingredients and lost a little bit of the lobster in transit. So even myself,
Wait, back up. How did you lose? Did it fall out of the RV?
No. It actually, I'll put it this way. I have it, although it's not necessarily up to health standards because it sat in the temperature danger zone for multiple hours. By multiple,
Say
I mean
no
about
more.
72.
Do not take the risk. Yeah. I'm going to show you. I bought beautiful. I took it to 4 different places, but I bought lobster tails and then I steamed them and removed the meat. Dan, what are you putting in yours? I know it's so beautiful.
I'm afraid I have some imitation lobster. It's made of some sort of fish. I don't know exactly what kind, but
at least it's admitting that it's an imitation.
And actually, it's weird. I'm a sucker for that imitation. I love that stuff. And it's usually pollock. It's like pollock, whiting, sometimes haddock, and then they add. They do use like lobster body meat.
All right, but Dan will let us know. Jen, what are you putting on yours? She's going vegan on us just out of the blue.
I mean, I'm still using all the cheese and all the butter, so it's not quite vegan. Maybe a little more kosher, but it's
a
confused
vegan.
I love the. By the way, I love the hearts of palm.
I've got
and Dave, what are you using?
That I'm working on.
Dave, what's going in your sandwich? What's your lobster?
I've got three good tails. They're still raw, so I still have to cook them.
Okay, you better hurry up on that because we're gonna go ahead. That was a bad communication. I cooked my tails this morning, but they only take 4 minutes. So get them on the stove, and we'll vamp.
I'm in process.
So Andrew,
give him the chef mic. Throw him in the microwave.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Throw them in the microwave. So Marisa and I found out this morning, Andrew, that there is actually a lobster shortage right now. That what happened was during COVID, all of the plants that process lobster closed down because there was no demand. And then, and this is the part that I just totally love because you and I are both involved in it, people started home cooking. Like there was like huge renaissance of cooking and cooking at home that happened during COVID. And I'm sure that your feeds inspired a lot of it. And I just sort of like jumped in and started flailing around like a crazy person and somehow found sort of success. And so then the supply chain had shut down. And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted lobster and crab and truffles and foie gras. And it's been like 2020 and 2021 were the craziest years we've ever lived through. And I don't mean crazy affectionately. I mean it like the most screwed up years we've ever had. But somehow now, Marisa, how much is a lobster roll in Maine?
$34.
$34 for a sandwich. How much is a lobster roll at SLAPFISH, Andrew?
So, and I just want to mention, we get all of our lobster comes from Maine, comes from our own supply line. We go through thousands of pounds of lobster a week. Our rolls are claw knuckle, and it's the amount of meat you'd get out of a whole lobster. So it's 4.5 ounces on our rolls. We at $24.
And that also comes with like a bargain.
Comes with natural cut fries. I'll put it this way: every single time someone orders one, I get closer to bankruptcy. We lose a lot of money on it. So
yeah, I bet. Because
so come and have a lobster roll.
Wait, can you go back to the French fries?
Natural cut fries, right? So all of our fries, we've got. I'm bragging. We've got the best fries. But when it comes to our fries, you've got to have the chowder fries, which are the natural cut fries, smothered in clam chowder, topped with double smoked bacon, and oh yeah, I will shut up.
No, you don't have to. That was a joke. But I would like to say, Andrew, that when things loosen up a little bit, I really want to come to Long Beach or wherever. I'll come to Austin, but I would love to actually have an in-person experience similar to this, where I get to eat your food as opposed to my approximation of it. But wow! I'm a sucker for a French fry. Like, if the one thing, the food that I wish didn't have calories would be the French fry. I love them. Wait, you're building sandwiches. Hold on, I've fallen behind. Is everybody ahead of me? Okay,
I'm
so
waiting on
let's
you.
talk about the
I'm waiting on you.
mascarpone. Mascarpone,
So-
as I said. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, no, please go. I've got mascarpone behind my ears, so.
Yeah, no, mascarpone is Italy's answer to cream cheese and whipped cream put together. It's the most delicious substance, and I'm going heavy on the mascarpone because I thought that was such a brilliant suggestion.
If you can't find any, a great substitute is a little whipped cream cheese, and then use some boursin, which is in any cheese counter, or it's very basic. It's like a little green box. You can mix a little boursin in with some whipped cream cheese, and bingo, bam, canasta. Shoots and ladders, you got it.
You could put whipped cream into cream cheese and whip it up in processor, and you would have
or pickle juice,
or pickle juice with vodka, anything. So now what's going on? I've got my mascarpone, and I have to say,
we're gonna add our.
I lived in Italy.
So we've got our mascarpone. See, that's my Jersey accent, and and then we've got I laid some a nice thick layer of caramelized onions. Now, I a little bit of these vine ripe tomatoes, cucumber right on top there. Just kind of shingle that on.
I want to know how Dave's lobster is going.
It's almost there.
I don't want to leave
it's
Dave
great
behind.
You're with your lobster being warm. That's perfect, because what I do is I mixed a little bit of cheese in with. I used a little red Argentinian shrimp. I want to throw that out there. It's a beautiful product. They do sell this at Trader Joe's. It's a cold water wild shrimp from Argentina, and it tastes just like lobster. That's actually sweet like lobster, but it's tender like a spiny lobster, right? So you get that beautiful flavor.
Where do they have it at Trader Joe's? Is it frozen or is it in the?
Yeah, it's in the frozen. It's in the frozen section, usually between the halibut and the swordfish, and below the double chocolate rich cookies.
I gotta go. I'll be right back, Andrew. I'll be right back. Hold the show down. I'm going to buy some of that shrimp.
Now mix a little cheese in with your lobster or whatever you're using for your filling, because that's going to also just allow it to melt better as all the flavors come together. So I'm just going to pack that right on there. Oh my
God! I got Beecher's, which is a local. No, I got Tillamook. I'm lying, but it's a local Oregon cheese that we have here that everybody's very proud of. But it's really delicious.
Oh, I love Tillamook. Tillamook is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
So great. I went to their factory
so there we go.
on the Oregon coast. All right, I'm putting so much. I just want it to be like, all right, so now let me make sure everybody is with us.
One sandwich.
The height on Andrew Gruel's sandwich right now, that's interesting. It's so tall. You're going to squish everything in there.
Bingo.
Where does the sauce go, Andrew? Does the sauce go on top, or do we put it inside as well?
Whatever you want. I was going to mention. So I dip every bite in the sauce. I'm a sauce guy. Sauce is boss. But because
I am a sauce woman.
Cucumber.
I think.
And if you notice, I'm doing this. This I've always wondered actually who my other half is in that regard.
It's me. I am totally your food evil twin. It's so weird. I've never met anyone that I agree with so much on so many touches that nobody else would notice, but I'm obsessed with. And when you said French fries, I was like, I hope that your wonderful, beautiful, amazing wife and your 4 kids don't mind, and I hope that my husband doesn't mind, but I may have to come move in with you guys. I'll be a nanny.
Well, excellent. Yep, Lauren's shaking her head. So, when can
she said
Monday?
Thumbs up.
Monday work?
She gave me a beautiful manicure thumbs up. I think you need help. And I love kids. The only thing I love more than kids is food and dogs. All right. So are we putting our sandwiches in? I see Dave.
Yep.
Dave, what you got going on there, buddy?
I'm building the sandwich, and I'm just about there. So I'm ready to go in the oven.
And Jen,
so I'm going in a non-stick pan too, just so everybody knows. And I sprinkle a little cheese around the sandwich so it crusts up in the oven, and then you can fold it right onto the sandwich.
Wait, are you going straight to the oven? There's no more top of the stove action right now?
I'm going to go right into the oven.
Okay, then you know what, Andrew? I have to say something. I just came up with something, and I think you all should hear. I'm going to go right into the oven. I've made a change in what I was thinking about, but I'm going to go right into the oven because I'm very original in all of my thoughts. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, this is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm really happy with my my brioche bread. I think it was an excellent choice that I made all on my own, Andrew. You didn't have anything to do with it, so stop taking credit. All right, I'm going in.
Did you notice that I've been tweeting through this cooking demo, taking credit for everything you're doing?
You know what? I should be so lucky. Oh, God, that's so happy. That's so heavy, not happy. All right, I'm putting it in. So last week during the show, I have to say that I had a tragedy happen, and I lost a mitt. So I ordered more, and now I have 3. These are going to be Mad in the Kitchen mitts once I start making my merchandise. But look how cuddly they are. They're like little mitts.
Madeline, that's like with my earrings. With my earrings, when I lose an earring, I'm like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? I can't just wear one earring. So I buy another pair, have 3 in case I lose another.
That's where we are. I've got 3 mitts and only 2 hands. So this is the struggle I live with, people. Okay. So while that's baking, I wanted to ask you guys. So last week, is this supposed to be you, Marisa, about the kitchen disasters?
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask it because Jen, I pictured her with the headlamp on, and I was very intrigued by that kitchen disaster. So I wanted to know, Andrew, you own 30 plus restaurants. I don't know. You have got to be like bound to have a kitchen disaster story. And same with Dan, Jen, and Dave. I want to know your guys' worst kitchen disaster. Andrew, do you have one?
Yeah, so let's go all the way back to the food truck days. It was the second day we were out on the road. I had just launched SLAPFISH, right? And we had done one event that was just, a complete and utter chaos, as it normally is when you start a business. And then I go out at it was a 5:30 event. I go out 5 o'clock, right? And then 6 o'clock event. I go out 5 o'clock, rush hour in Los Angeles. We all know how that works. And the food truck breaks down in the carpool lane on the 55. In the middle of traffic. I've got helicopters flying around. They're like, there's a food truck broke down in a carpool lane. Everybody stay off the highway. Well, guess what? Best branding I ever could have gotten. I'll send the photo to you. I've got it. I'm getting towed off the carpool lane.
That's so funny. And I love when something like that happens, that you think this is a disaster, and then suddenly the silver lining appears. That's so rare. But it's so great. You could not have, if you had orchestrated a publicity stunt for your launch or your food truck. Oh my gosh.
That is so insane. In LA, traffic just would give me anxiety through the roof, but you find something positive at the end of the tunnel. Dan, what's your worst kitchen disaster?
It'd have to be Christmas, right after the twins were it was like their first or second Christmas. Homemade cinnamon rolls, got up early, made them, put them on the stovetop here, and the stovetop we'd left it on warm. And just over the course of opening presents, we hear boom, and it just shattered glass everywhere. Those Pyrex glass cookware, yeah. And we got little babies crawling in the kitchen. Oh, it was just crazy.
Look, I'm sorry, Dan, there's a baby.
Yeah, that takes precedence.
Baby.
Well, in opening presents, it takes a while, and you don't think about what's on the stove because the kids are having so much fun. Jen,
so they're not.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything besides the dishwasher? I'm sure you have another one.
I have so many, but this one really struck out at me. When I was thinking about it just now, Thanksgiving, right after I got married, I was in charge of all the baked goods for Thanksgiving. It was Wednesday night, and I'd been baking all day. And I got out a new bag of flour because I'd made so many pie crusts and gotten all the dough ready for rolls and everything. And I opened up the flour bag, and I said, "Why is my flour moving?" And it was full of
of bugs? She froze. It was filled with pantry
That
pests.
sounds
It
absolutely
was filled with what?
disgusting.
It was, I'm on the cliffhanger. What was in it? It was pantry pests.
Oh
in
my
her
God,
flour.
that sounds
I'm guessing
terrifying.
because
That's
I've had that.
definitely my worst nightmare. So Jen's story is going up top. Dave, what's your worst kitchen story?
I've actually got a few, but my worst kitchen story isn't my story. It's my beloved wife's story. It was another
That's okay.
Christmas story, and it did involve Pyrex. And so she was making her cheesy potatoes, which she's famous for. And when she went to go into the oven, she kind of jolted forward, and all of the cheesy potatoes went into the oven without the Pyrex. It was quite a nightmare. It was quite a nightmare, and it took quite a bit of time to let the oven cool and then get everything clean. Luckily, we had enough ingredients to make it to Christmas dinner.
Thank God. So mine is really quick. I had a party at my house in Los Angeles, and I just put out a really simple spread. So I had a bunch of rotisserie chickens, and I had avocados and salad and caprese. And my friend Leah helped me clean up, which was great. But after the party, my house started to stink. And it stunk so bad that I called an exterminator because I thought there was a dead mouse in my wall. But the exterminator couldn't find anyone, and the smell just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was like a house from like 1952, and it had a really tiny original oven, so I hardly used it because it was like the size of a shoebox. And finally, about 6 weeks after the party, I, for some unbeknownst reason, opened the oven, and there was like this disgusting, decaying chicken carcass, and at least I had found the root of the smell, but I couldn't get those 6 weeks back.
Oh my God. Madeline, how do you not use your oven for 6 weeks?
I just didn't use it there. It was Southern California. It was the summer, and it was literally like a toy. It was like a easy bake oven.
Okay, mine's
I've done that with the microwave.
Really quickly, so because it's actually crazy. My dad is a handyman and tries to do everything himself. So he was like up on the roof, like power washing the roof, whatever. There's a window right next to, the kitchen. Me and my mom are just hanging out in the kitchen. And all of a sudden we see my dad tumbling down right in front of our eyes through the window. It's not necessarily in the kitchen, but we were in the kitchen at the time, and it was a crazy thing.
Suddenly,
he was okay.
Dad
He only broke his hand after falling 2 stories off of a roof onto cement. So he's kind of a superhuman.
Ava, let's keep going. That's amazing. I just love the image of your mother like washing dishes, and her husband comes flying through.
Oh my God, no, flying down onto the cement. So bad. Jen, so you had, just to finish up your story, you had critters. What were those critters crawling around in your flour?
Oh, they were weevils, and they were in everything.
Oh, that sounds
They were in the pasta, they were in the sugar, they were in the flour. And going to Safeway at midnight on Thanksgiving, there was nothing left.
It was on Thanksgiving too. Great.
It was the day
so
before
you had to provide for your family.
It's always the
total loss.
That's hilarious and so disgusting. In a fun way.
There was no silver lining on that one.
There was no silver lining. You didn't get good publicity. You don't have 26 cookies now. Let's look. Can we all look at our sandwiches and make sure that they're not like burning? And it would be really ironic if, as we're yakking, we're like setting our own kitchens on fire and burning our sandwiches. Like that would be so perfect that the comedian in me would appreciate the comedy, but I'd be really bummed. Let's see. Ooh. Oh. Mine is looking really good, Andrew. I just have to say.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep. And Andrew's got a thing about the pull, which I guess he'll talk to us later when we cut him open about that cheese is supposed to have pull, which means it's like an accordion-like cheese stringing out thing where the cheese pulls, right? Is that what a pull is?
Yeah, it's just like that. Yep. Pulls. Now on this one, we might not have as much pull because we've got all those layers of moist ingredients, but we'll have some pull.
I want some pull, Andrew.
Excellent. Let's do this.
All right, we're taking it out. Let me see everybody's where it is right now. Oh, Andrew, look at that. That is gorgeous. All right, I am going to plate mine on this just to be a little bit fancy.
Dan's looks beautiful. He's got 2.
No,
and he's got the height. I'm noticing the height is like, if you attain a height on your sandwich and it still all stays together, I think that proves some skill, in my opinion.
I think that's like in the judging. You get judged for height. You get judged
Is
for
it?
volume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If there were judges, which they're not, thank God, they're so annoying. All right, I got to find another mitt. Luckily, I have 3.
Oh my gosh, we see a little baby, Andrew.
Oh, there he is. So this is James. James is a pandemic baby.
James.
Yes, he is. He's a pandemic baby.
So is that like a baby boomer, but now in this day, pandemic baby?
Yeah, so you know the joke, everybody, like they say, okay, boomer, that's
Right.
like it's supposed to be an insult. In, 40 or 50 years, it's going to be like, all right, pandemic.
All right, pandemic. All right, COVID.
COVID boomer.
He's a COVID baby. All right, I'm putting mine onto a plate. With the extra. Oh my God, Andrew. This is so amazing. It really is. Where's my knife?
Dill sprigs.
Now, I have a question. We're going to do dill sprigs, but my question is, do you go half across or do you do diagonal? Let me see what Andrew's got. Did you do diagonal?
Well, diagonal. I mean, I think half across is illegal, isn't it?
I think it is, unless peanut butter and jelly. No, you got to go diagonal. I was just checking. I would never go half across.
I mean, this could very quickly parlay into a pineapple on pizza conversation, so we should stop.
No, the thing is, you and I both agree on that. Like, there's not even any question. I think, remember the known Sifa.
Before we end this episode this week, I just wanted to let anyone know that was wondering about my cup that I've been drinking out of this whole night. This beautiful cup. We are doing a giveaway for you all because we are so appreciative of everyone's support of Mad in the Kitchen. Like, it's really been amazing, the support, and so we want to give back. So these are the limited edition Mad in the Kitchen cups. This is our gift to you. They're autographed by Madeline. And if you
my God!
And if you want one, all you have to do is email info@madinthekitchen.com with your address, and we'll send you one. There's a limited supply, so first come, first serve. But
they can also just go to madinthekitchen.com and send us a message through that if they don't want to remember the whole email address.
Info@madinthekitchen.com, and we'll send you a free cup.
Yep.
Can I reach out a screen and grab mine?
Jen has one.
I do.
Pull it out.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Jen,
awesome.
show us.
Okay, all right.
So twinsies.
Jen has one. Andrew, you're going to get one. Just send me your address. And I'll be, that way I'll be also, and also that way I'll be able to come move in. All right, so this is what we're going to do.
There'll be cups everywhere.
Cups everywhere in the house. Don't take a bite yet, but we will take a bite. I want everybody to hold up. Look, Jen. Oh, I forgot my everything sauce. What a good idea. I'm going to, 1 second, everybody just talk amongst yourselves. I
poured mine right on there. So feel free to just douse yours.
I'm going to douse. Oh! Kitchen disaster.
Pyrex?
Pyrex. What do we have? Baking. All kinds of stuff. I need a mop, but I think it's fine. I think the good news about this recipe is it's not finicky. This is not like the science of food bullshit that they do here in Seattle. It's like this. I can't stand that stuff. I just want to like eat and have fun and throw things at the.
Oh my gosh, Jen, yet again, killing it with her finished product.
Now that my kitchen disaster has passed, I want everyone to hold their finished products, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3, grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Oh my God. Mine
Dan's looks like it's dripping. It looks like it's so stacked full of goodness. Wow.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't wait to take a bite of this. So I think I'm going to. Can we all take a bite? Let's do it.
Let's dig in.
1, 2, 3.
Hungry?
You want the bite?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Phenomenal.
This is messy. I need a bib. Good? So good. You must be so spoiled.
Oh, the lemon, man.
I'm tasting the pickle juice, Andrew.
I had pickle juice all in my beard anyway, so.
That's a treat for later.
Dave, how is it? Is it good?
It is phenomenal.
That's
Love it.
phenomenal. Oh my God.
Oh, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yes,
This is
thank you,
so much
Andrew, for
fun.
blessing us with this recipe. Oh my God, I can't wait to run out of my little closet and taste some.
She comes out, and I'm going to make the other. I have more lobster and more bread, and I'm going to make more sandwiches for my crew because everybody works so hard. But Andrew Gruel, thank you so much.
Thank
Hope
you
you
so
enjoyed.
much. Thank you all. And it was great to meet everybody. So we're going to do this in
Super
person
fun.
soon, right?
Yep, we're going to do it in person once I move in. Or maybe I'll just stay at an Airbnb nearby. But thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you cooked along. I'll see you back here next Saturday night at 5 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. The last show of Season 1, when Susie from the MediterraneanDish.com teaches us to make Egyptian street food. We're going to be making hawashi sandwiches with 3-ingredient Mediterranean salad. We'll be posting the ingredients on socials on Wednesday if you want to cook along, which you really should do. Thank you, Chef Andrew Gruel. Follow him on Instagram at Andrew Gruel and at SLAPFISH to keep up with him and his amazing food that he posts. It's crazy. Thank you to my home chefs, Dave, Dan, Jen, for cooking along with us. You guys did great. I love you guys. Thank you to Mike Hauscher, who was ready to be our ringer. We didn't know if Andrew was going to have enough signal when he got to his Airbnb, and Mike stood in for rehearsal and gave his time, and we owe you. And the way I'm going to let him pay, I'm going to pay him back is he's going to take me out on his boat. See how I did that? Thank you to Sarah, Kathy, and Tim Hayes for our beautiful Mad in the Kitchen sign. And also thank you to Cody Miles for the Mad in the Kitchen's cutting board. We're going to be selling them soon on our website, madinthekitchen.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my friggin' YouTube channel and follow me on social media. Look at the baby at Mad in the Kitchen on Twitter and Instagram, and Mad in the Kitchen on Facebook. Be sure to hit like. See you next time on Mad in the Kitchen. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wait for the credit. You want to watch the end of the credits. You'll see the elf thing. Where are the credits?
Bye, Zippy. Hope you find your dad.